Hello, friends. How are you? It's a little odd that I'm going live on a Friday morning instead of a Tuesday morning, but I got back probably about 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning and I couldn't kind of pull myself together. So I am excited to be with you on this Friday morning, and it is a great time to connect because we've got free shipping going on, which is amazing. Free shipping on all orders, $100 or more. So it's a great time to click my link and see what's out there. But I also wanted to make sure to take a little bit of time to connect with you since I couldn't hop on Tuesday. And I know this is a bit spontaneous, so I don't know if anyone is going to know I'm going live. I sent an email, I think maybe Thursday night. So feel free to get added to my email newsletter link if you're not already part of my newsletter, because that's where I kind of send the news. And I mentioned that I would aim to go live this morning. So whether you're joining, watching live or watching the replay, I love having you join me. I just thought it would be super fun to share some of the things from my vacation and do some spontaneous stamping because I'm still getting ready for Monday and Tuesday lunch, laugh, and craft. So say hello in the comments. I would love to connect with you. And we'll do some stamping and we'll see what we create. But first, let me tell you about my little vacation. So for those of you that don't know, Stampin' Up! Offers a very special, what we call incentive trip. And I am required to tell you that although all demonstrators are eligible to earn the incentive trip, less than 1% currently do. So it is really a great honor for me to have attended the incentive trip. It also represents the passion that I have in what I do. Because of my ability to earn that trip. So, and I know that's in part to those of you who are so faithfully supporting my small business. And I just want to take this time to let you know thank you, and also to let you know it really makes a difference to me, to my family. And yeah, so I just didn't want to not take the time to show you a little bit about some of the things on that incentive trip, because I feel like you were there with me or a part of it with me. And it's my way of, again, saying thank you. And I hope those of you that took advantage and enjoyed the Away in Alaska special, it was also my way to say thank you to you. So those of you who took advantage of my Away in Alaska special while I was away last week, I packed the mystery boxes and I think I've got all the little card packets cut. So this weekend I'll be working on getting them in the post to you, or if you live locally, dropping it off to you. So thank you for enjoying that with me. I love to have little specials going on. And speaking of specials, good morning, Beth. Speaking of specials, free shipping is on right now on any orders $100 or more in Canada. So take a look at what's available. And I will do some stamping with this new, it's not new anymore. It came out in May. I didn't even check whether it is available to purchase, because some things, since May, lots of things have been flying off the shelf, but we can check. It's called the Scalloped Blooms Dies. And it's actually bundled with a really nice sentiment set. And but I really wanted to play with the dies because you're going to be amazed at how large they were. And so today's going to be a bit of spontaneous stamping, and you guys can probably have a say in how the card turns out. So let me just check. I do want to check if that scallop, it's called Scalloped Blooms Dies. So because if you love them when I'm sharing them, then hopefully you can nab them as part of the free shipping offer right now. Okay, let's dive in. Yeah, they're totally available. The Scallop Blooms Dies, the Scallop Blooms Bundle. I should grab the stamp set to show you what coordinates with it. But let's take out some of the goodies. So you've got to imagine, I hope you're with me, that, oh, I have so many stories to tell you. Are you ready to hear the stories? Okay, hello. So the stories are that as I mentioned, this rare accomplishment of earning the incentive trip is such an honor for me and so great for me to be a part of. So, one of the extra special gifts they gave this year was sort of an extra night in Seattle before the cruise left on Monday. And so they gave us a hotel stay in Seattle, and they had a special room where we went to and could check in. So we got our name tags, and I was so excited that my guest. So the trip is for me and for one guest. I was so excited that my guest this time was going to be my son Ethan. So it wasn't my husband. And those of you who have children, hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Those of you who have children know what it's like to spend like a week just with one child. And this child happens to be an adult now, a young adult. My son is 24. He's turning 25 this year. So it was just awesome because normally I don't get to spend a lot of time with him. So it was super fun. When we checked in, we got these name tags all themed with the kind of the trip logo. And then we got a branded water bottle. And it's great. It's got like a lock on here, pops up. It's great to drink from. But what was fun, like this is part of the fun with Stampin' Up, is that there's so much creativity, right? So no, we didn't just get a gift of a water bottle. We were told that when we get the water bottle and we get on the ship, there was actually a tag attached. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. And it said, this is going to be a scavenger hunt. So when you get on the ship, it told you like 6 locations to visit on the ship between, like it was basically the day we got on the ship. And it was super cool. We did this. It was a way, number one, to get the lay of the land of the ship. Because if you guys have ever been on a cruise, it can be pretty daunting. Like kind of the ship all looks the same, but there's like forward and aft and these different levels and different activities. Anyway, so the scavenger hunt helped us to like orient ourselves to the ship a bit. But at each scavenger hunt location, there was a corporate team member who handed out a sticker. And the idea was that we could put the sticker on our bottle. There was like little outlines on the bottle of where we would put the sticker, but you can't see it now because I put my stickers on. So I thought, what a nice touch, right? Like, so it's those little surprise and delight things that make the trip more than just a trip. It really makes it kind of a reward. It shows Stampin' Up's care for people. And so I've always tried in my events to do those small little touches. And one of those examples is the ladies retreat weekend. So I do have like maybe three or four spots left for the ladies retreat weekend. The last weekend in October, it runs into, I guess, the 1st of November. And so that's actually where I learned I do little pillow gifts. I try to make it a little special, not just like a regular crop or crafting weekend. And so that's where I kind of learned these things is from Stampin' Up. So being a demonstrator has really enhanced my life in so many ways to be able to think of different ways and experience different ways of having fun and being creative and playing, right? So that was a really nice gift. I'll stop about the water bottle. And then, so I'm just kind of going chronologically. After we checked in, got our name tags, got our water bottles, we went out and explored Seattle. And so my son had never been to Seattle before. So we went to Pike Place Market. And I knew the number one thing I wanted to do was eat crab. So we ate crab. And then my son, he watches TikTok and stuff. And there's like a Taiwanese kind of bun restaurant that is in Seattle. So he's like, I want to do that. So we both got to eat. I guess he's his mother's child. Eating is a priority when you're touring around and traveling. So we did that. And another super fun thing is literally the night before I flew out to Seattle, it occurred to me that Vancouver is not that far from Seattle. And so my daughter, for those of you that don't follow me regularly, my daughter is doing an internship in Vancouver this summer. And so I thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool if she came down and met us for this extra day that we got to tour in Seattle? And so my husband was like, forget it. Michelle's always busy. She's always has a million things on the go. She probably won't be available. And I said, you never know, last minute, may as well check. And it turned out her plans for her weekend had kind of fallen through. and she was available, and she had wanted to go over the border to Seattle anyway. And so this is, again, I'm going to tell you the amazingness of the Stamp It Up demonstrator community. I knew a demonstrator who's actually from the US but is currently working in Vancouver. So I messaged her and I said, how are you getting to the incentive trip? And she said, oh, I'm going to drive because it's not that far, and my husband and my kids are coming with me on the incentive trip, and it, just seems easier. And I was like, oh, would you at all consider having my daughter hitch a ride with you to Seattle? And she's like, I think that would be fine because we're going to the same city anyway, and we have space in our car. And so last minute, we kind of worked it out, and Michelle met this demonstrator, and what a kind heart. This demonstrator and her family just picked my daughter up kind of along the way and drove her to Seattle. And, there was no problem at the border, even though they're Americans and her passport's Canadian. But anyway, it was no problem. I think people cross from Vancouver to Seattle all the time. So, so then they just dropped her off. They got to the hotel, dropped her off. And my daughter is so independent. She figured out how to take the bus, and she toured all the things she wanted to see, and met Ethan and I at the hotel on Saturday night. So Saturday night is when I met my daughter, and then Sunday we toured around together, ate our crab, went for a hike in kind of, I guess it's not a provincial park, a state park, I guess, I don't know, a city park, and explored the Pike Place Market. So it was super fun. So that was we didn't even get on the ship, and I was already so grateful for the opportunity to be there and spend time with two of my children in one place. How many of you have adult children? How often, if you have more than one of them, how often do you get two of them together at the same time? So, it was practically a family reunion. Kevin and my youngest was missing, but still, 3 out of 5 ain't bad. So that's how we started. We got on the ship. We did the scavenger hunt. And each day we would get the opportunity to go to what's called the hospitality room. And the hospitality room is where the corporate team members would hang out. They would visit with us, chat with us, answer questions we have. So I love just the family vibe. So if you've ever considered being part of a crafting community, I would super encourage you to join the demonstrator crafting community, because I have found the vibe so encouraging, so supportive, so friendly. And what other company does the corporate team want to talk with their sales reps and talk about family and life and all those sort of things? So it was super cool. And so in the hospitality room, we would spin a prize wheel and get a chance to get a prize. Everybody's a winner, actually. So let me show you some of the gifts that I received. Look at this beautiful sunflower paper. I'm not opening it yet, but you might be like, oh my gosh, where's that paper? We got a sneak peek of things coming in the September catalog. That's ages away. So we actually got that. So other things that we got, this is some in-color gingham paper. I'm super excited to play with this. So that's Peaceful Pine, but it has all the 5 in-colors in it. And you might be wondering, where's this? I think this is a pre-order item that is coming out in July. So you'll be able to purchase that in July. Same, I think, with this. Look at this adorable Halloween paper. How fun is that? And let's take a look here. So these are all things that are being released in July for customers. But again, demonstrators can pre-order these things. So again, another perk of being part of the demonstrator community. But these are all gifts that I received on the trip. I'm very curious to play with this one, a background stamp, and then a new embossing folder. Right? So isn't that fun? It definitely is just a nice little gift and reward for working my demonstrator business and putting that extra effort in. And to me, it's just a way to serve you and grow our crafting community. So let me flip my camera around because we had the opportunity to participate in swapping. And did I show you guys my swap card? I think maybe in a previous week. So I did my swap card. I made 15 of the same, and then I hand them in, and the Stampin' Up! Staff mix it around, and I get a different bag of swaps back. So let's take a look at what cards I received. And I hope this camera idea works. So, and tell me if you can still hear me when I change the camera. Oh, okay. Is it clear? Yeah, it's clearing up now. I think you can kind of see it. Okay, what's this? This was another one of the gifts we received. I don't know. When you go on a cruise, you have to kind of label your luggage. And there's these like specific labels. Anyway, so Stampin' Up! Gave us the little label envelopes for the cruise, and it even had kind of branding on it. So that's what this is for. Anyway, I'm saving it in case I should ever go on another cruise. I will have the special cruise luggage tags, my branded cruise luggage tags for the next cruise I go on. Okay, let me grab the swap cards for you. Can you guys still hear me okay? And then we'll do some spontaneous stamping. Okay. So when I love doing swaps just for the inspiration, but also I use the cards in my classes and things like that. It just, helps give different styles and things. So this is a really fun one here using the embossing folder and 3 triangles. Who did this? Judy Clock. Okay, so these are all incentive trip achievers. Actually, what caught my eye about this card is the color, Blueberry Bushel. And I haven't used this color too much, but I think it's lovely for summer and just bright and cheerful, right? So let me know in the comments whether you, what you think of the cards that I'm showing. Oh, this one was a nice gift from Donna Shalix. This was not swap cards. These were like gifts. She had made extra, she's a Canadian demonstrator. She had made extra cards just to give to people as gifts when she saw them. And she's lovely. She's out in British Columbia area. Okay, so look at that. I love the Arches dies. If you haven't gotten them, what are you waiting for? Now's a great time with free shipping going on. So actually, I might try a card like this for our technique class. So if you didn't know, each month I do a technique video exclusive for my club members. And it's super easy to be a club member. I believe I have the link in the description. My club members get the technique video each month, and they get a Zoom craft and chat. So all you have to do to be a club member is be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and have me as your demonstrator. So if you're a month-to-month Paper Pumpkin subscriber and have me as your demonstrator, then you get access to that technique video. Oh, look at this. Oh, yes. See, that's why I swap and I connect with people. It is so fun to see these different ideas. Look at that. Incredible. Oh, I might have to disassemble and get all the measurements and share it with those in my technique class. Now, if you don't want to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, Arches are currently unavailable. I'm not surprised. They were low inventory last time I ordered them for somebody. So the Arches are so popular. They will come back. All you have to do is put your name in the little chat. I think there's like a back in stock notification box on the online store so that you're notified as soon as they come back. And then you'll get an email and you can order them when they come back. Okay, so yes, Technique Club, or basically my club, gets the technique video each month, gets the monthly Zoom craft and chat. And all you have to do is be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, or you can be a surprise package subscriber. Now, my surprise package subscribers, each month they get a little goodie bag of consumables, just surprise items, and it gives you a chance to see some products that you maybe otherwise wouldn't have bought, but you get a little sampling. Normally it's like a little sampling of DSP, some ribbon, some gems, maybe some card kits from the newest kit. So it's a great way to kind of enjoy. Oh, this is fun. This is another stamp. This is another product that's been super duper popular, the Cutest Crew stamp set and coordinating dies. So I kind of like this diagonal. This is not different. I've done cards this way, but it's kind of different to do it in the vertical, right? Okay, so who made this? Betty Weisbrick. Thank you, Betty, for your swap card. Okay, let's take a look here. The cutest crew. I think people who like pets tend to do that. I didn't get that one because I don't have any dogs or cats or anything. Okay, this is something that I received from a demonstrator in France. So you may or may not know, demonstrators, we have Stampin' Up! Operates around the world. And this is a demonstrator from France, and she created, it's not a card, she actually made, it's supposed to be like almost like a home decor item because there is a string here. There we go. I don't know if you can kind of see, so I could hang it and remind myself of the trip. So this one doesn't have, this one has the message on the back. I don't know why I ended up with two. So let me read the message for you because I thought it was so sweet. And again, it shows the family vibe of the demonstrator community. So it's so cute. She even wrote it in English. Even though she's French, I don't think she really speaks English. So she must have used Google Translate or something, or had someone help her write it. It said, this piece was never meant to be hidden away in a drawer. It was created, here, I'll put it here so you can see it. It was created to be a special reminder of this incredible Alaska trip, an experience only a small percentage of demonstrators around the world will ever have the chance to enjoy. I hope it finds a special place in your craft room, displayed proudly as a symbol of everything you achieved this year. Each time you look at it, remember your hard work, your creativity, your courage, your dedication, and everything that brought you here. Be proud of yourself. You earned every moment of this adventure. And I thought, what a beautiful keepsake that she made. And she personally gave it to me. A lot of the French demonstrators like to come up and chat with me because even though I'm not a French demonstrator in France, I am a demonstrator in Canada, and they know that I speak French. So they don't always have a lot of people to really have whole conversations with on the trip. So she gave that to me, and I just thought that was so priceless. And the message that she gave was so beautiful. So this is Jennifer. Her business name is Evasion Créative, but I think her name is Jennifer Amani, if I'm not mistaken. So that is that. I will definitely hang that in my craft room, Jennifer. This might be catch your eye, those of you who love butterflies. I think I'm going to use this embossing folder today. We might do that today. Okay, so take a look at that. Trace Bauer. I love this color combo with the crumb cake and Barely Blush together. Isn't that just sweet? Okay, look at this fancy one. This is from Charity. You make the world a better place. Again, the arches, #1. If you haven't bought them yet, you better put your name so that when they come back, you get them. The arches are must have. Okay, and this paper recently came back in stock. So I know it was out of stock for a while. Now it's in stock. So, or at least it was yesterday. So I ordered mine a little while ago. Okay, so that's a great thing to take advantage of on free shipping, is that paper was so hot and happening. Okay, these are the dies that I want to use today. So let's take a closer look at them. Yeah, tell me what you think of these swap cards. Look, this almost looks like a cute little purse. Oh, I see. So she uses this as order thank you cards, this demonstrator. Julie Salva. Pass this card along and brighten someone's day. How cute is that? So she's using those arches dies. Not arches dies, sorry, the scallop dies that I want to play with today. So this is kind of fun. I might look a little further into this, how to kind of create this. I think it just looks like she just had a card here, and then she just used little Velcro dots to kind of close it, so it looks like a little purse. Isn't that cute? So with the green. So lovely, which I haven't had a chance to play too much with. There's sweet that's coming in July. Tell me what flower this is if you know. That's kind of cool that someone kind of nice. I like the gold, the copper foiling in there. Let me see. Oh, I think I've done one of these cards looking as mechanism. It kind of is a band without doing a belly band. If that makes sense. Okay, look at that. That's very cool. And that beautiful Bloom Boutique Designer Series pool flex in it. And then this is from the Creative Tea. Okay, and she's Garden Designer Series paper. That's a black and white swap card. I'm going to put them away, so save them, because I definitely am going to play a little more with those and see whether I can recreate some of them. Just gives such creative inspiration, right? Okay, so what you think of those swap cards. Okay, move that out of the way. Okay, let's do some spontaneous stamping. So for those of you guys who have never done spontaneous stamping with me before, spontaneous stamping is when I kind of have an idea of what product or exactly what I want to make. I have an idea in my head, but I haven't realized it yet. I haven't tried it yet. And so today's the day, guys. I wanted to take some stamping time, and I thought, why not do it with you? So I did warn you, I don't know what's going to happen with this card. So you guys might be a part of it, telling me yes, no, maybe. So I welcome your comments in the chat, and we'll see what transpires. So let's start. I know I wanted to use these dies. So I'm going to show them to you, because you may not realize, sometimes when you look at things online or in the catalog, you don't realize the actual extent of it. But I just wanted to show you kind of how many scallops there are, and I want to show you how large the largest scallop is. So you could actually make kind of a card using this scallop. Okay, I don't think I'll do that today. I am going to use kind of a regular size card base, I think. But I also really like, so they have mostly the scallop circles, but there's also a scallop rectangle here, a little mini arch, okay, a little tag, okay, and then these could be used for, do you remember those old-fashioned manila envelopes where you would kind of wrap string around to kind of close it? I think that's what these are for. So super interesting, these dies. So I wanted to play with them. As you can tell, the way they're packaged, I haven't played a lot with them. So you guys are lucky to watch me do that. And my favorite color is pink. So I'm going to grab some of the Barely Blush, because I'm still acquainting myself with the newest in colors. So let's do that. I'm going to take some of the Barely Blush, and I will cut it at 5.5 inches. So this is 8.5 by 11. I'm going to cut it at 5.5 inches. And then I'm going to score it at 4.25. Okay, now I need a new blade in my trimmer, and so I should buy that while it's on free shipping. So if you have our trimmer, which by the way is one of the best in the industry. There's a few features that I really love about it, that the numbers don't rub off. I've had other trimmers where I used it so much that the numbers actually rubbed off. That doesn't happen here. I have used this so many times. The other thing is that includes a scoring blade, so that you can do that nice score line and have a crisp score. The other thing is that it's got the cutting blade and it can be replaced. We do sell replacements of the cutting blade. And if it becomes kind of loose, so if first of all it's cutting and the edges are kind of raggedy, that might be a sign you need to replace your blade. But the other thing is when it just becomes kind of loose and it feels like it's going to fall out, you need to replace the blade, because this is just science. The friction of rubbing it actually wears down the plastic, and so then it doesn't stay as well in the guide. So the fact that it does that, it just shows that the blade is good. I've been continuing to use it, but that the actual material has worn down from so much use. That's how much I use this trimmer. Okay, so that's going to be my card base. I'm going to cut a piece here, another piece, and then I am going to take that scallop die, and I don't know whether I'll use the second largest one, the third largest one. Let's see. Maybe something like this. Because I thought it would be nice to kind of put a scallop on the card front. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so let's cut it out and do that. What do you guys think of the Barely Blush? I don't know if you can kind of see it in the camera very well. It's a light dusty pink. Okay, I'm gonna put it on my cut and emboss machine here. You know what? Let's see if I can even do a bigger one. I don't know whether I want to do bigger or smaller. I'm gonna try bigger, but I think the whole thing won't fit on. That's okay. So I'll just put it on there. So I'm using the second largest scallop circle die. Let's see what happens. Turn this around. All this. Okay. Okay, and so this edge, I just kept it a straight edge. It didn't all fit on the paper. But I think that's no harm, because I can have it just line up with the edge of the card. Okay, it just gives some interest there. So that's an interesting start. Let's emboss it. So I'm going to use one of the newest embossing folders. Let me grab it here. Okay, so I don't think I bought the whole suite or anything, but I did grab this embossing folder. It is called Floral Spray. So I thought the flowers would go really nicely with the light pink color. So let's give it a try. Okay, so look, I don't know if you can see how large it is. It is much larger than a card front, which means it could work really well as sort of like if you were doing a home decor item, if you were doing a scrapbook page. So I'm just going to center it. I don't know how I want to do it. This way, I think. Right, so the main flower is in the center. Like that. Okay, so let's emboss that and see what happens. Okay. This is all a mystery. You never know what you're going to get with spontaneous stamping here. Put that down. So the embossing folder, what it does it creates an embossed effect. So let's see what happens. There. Look at that. What do you guys think? You know what it would have been really great, which I don't have, is if I had the two-tone cardstock for Barely Blush. And if I had done it in two-tone and then rubbed a sanding block over it and embossed it, that would have been rubbed a sanding block over the embossing and revealed the white core. Oh, that would have been great. Maybe I should have done that, but we'll just carry on for now. What I might do is take a little blending brush and highlight. So this is what spontaneous stamping is, right? Sometimes you become an adult and you forget about the joy of play. So I am going to play. So let's see how this goes. So we'll take this. Okay, I'm going to use the Barely Blush ink pad. And we'll grab some of that ink there and just add a little touch of color over the embossing just to make it stand out a little bit. Okay, so our blending brushes, I know you can't feel them, but they have a really nice soft bristle. Okay. We'll put that on there. Okay, I like that so far. I'm not quite sure what else I'm going to do. It actually looks kind of cool like that. Maybe I won't glue it down yet because I feel like we need some sort of something going on here. Oh, I think that's why I took out these. I wondered whether a little balloon might be kind of fun. We could, I don't know if it's too much action here, to have a little balloon coming down and a little sentiment. So we could use it as a celebration card, a birthday card. Actually, on our team right now, we have a creative challenge on celebration cards. So maybe that's what I'll use there. I'm going to grab some of this beautiful Sunset Shimmer Vellum. I love it. It's incredible. Do you think it's too monochromatic if I do the balloon in pink? Maybe we should do it in... we could do it in blue. Guys, if you're still watching, I know this is a super long video. What do you think I should do? Or champagne. Champagne is really nice. Maybe I'll do the champagne. The pink just seemed too, like it'll just fade right in. I'll try both and see how I like it. Okay, so, no, not the blue. Too crazy. Okay. Let's get this sunset. This vellum is, I am a huge fan because who doesn't love a little shimmer, right? Okay. So let's cut that balloon out and see where we go from there. Okay. I'm just grabbing the small cut and emboss. I have both sizes. Okay, so we've got this one, and let's do this one next. I am going to cut it so that we that. Oh, I don't know if I cut it wide enough for the balloon. Yes, we did. So there's the balloon. Let's cut it out. Those of you who live locally to me, don't forget, I've got 2 sessions of Lunch, Laugh, and Craft this month, Monday and Tuesday. So I'd love to see you out if you are available. We have lunch. We make cards just in Markham area. So okay, there we go. We'll do a couple of balloons. I don't know whether we want 1 or 2. Comments, please. 1 or 2 balloons. Okay, and there's actually tiny little pieces here. I don't know if you can see that will kind of like give that reflection on the balloon, but I wonder whether it's just as easy to use the white gel pen. They come 2 in a package, the gel pens. I don't know where the second one went to. That's probably why they come with 2, because you're absolutely going to lose one. Okay, so there we go. We put a little bit of accent on that balloon. And then let's, I'm back to here, and I'm curious about this little tag, whether I could just put a little sentiment right here. Let's try that. I'll grab some white cardstock. So this is the mystery card. This is spontaneous stamping. We'll see what transpires here. I'm just grabbing a little scrap. So I can cut out this label, and we'll see if any of the sentiments from the balloon set can fit on there. It might be kind of tricky, right? Let's see. Because these are really big sentiments. So maybe I won't do that. I like this little tag shape, but it's not quite the size that I'm looking for. So let's stamp. Let's celebrate. So this could be a baby card. This, oh, look, I already have another balloon there. Anyway, we'll save it. Okay, so let's stamp a little sentiment. And then this could be a baby card, actually. I didn't intend to make a baby card. It's just what transpired. Okay, so we'll stamp that. Okay. I want to have a color that pops out a little bit. So maybe a gray, a smoky slate, maybe. And let's see what happens. Okay, the joys of spontaneous stamping. You just don't know what's going to happen. Let's cut this a bit off. So I'm just doing a 1-inch piece here. I think we could make this a little smaller. Something like that. Let's use our scissors. I don't know where I put my scissors. I had them right when I started this video. The scissors. Here they are. Okay. Maybe I'll just cut a little flag here. That makes it kind of celebratory. Let's celebrate. Put our balloons up here. you guys think? And then we'll, of course, use a little ribbon. We could either use the pink. I have a little bit of this. Actually, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of gold. This one is the mesh ribbon. I don't know whether it came onto the last chance list. Let's check. Okay. Now we can tie that around the balloons and have that go something like that. Okay, that's our card. Spontaneous stamping for the win. How often do you take time to just play and see what comes out? It's kind of fun. You deserve a little playtime. Tear that down. We take a dimensional. Dimensionals are our foam adhesive bits. There we go. Okay, and then a little bit of bling here. And that is our card today. So that is a little bit of spontaneous stamping. We got to see some of the new colors, new embossing folders, new dies, and that beautiful shimmer sunset vellum, which I am deeply in love with. So I hope that inspires you to create, and I hope it inspires you to shop a little bit as well, considering we've got our free shipping going on for orders $100 or more. So thanks so much for joining me today. I know this was a slightly longer video, but I just wanted to share my experience with you at my recent vacation and do a little spontaneous stamping. Maybe I'll use this card for lunch, laugh, and craft on Monday. Okay, thanks for joining me. Let me flip this around and check and see if there's any extra comments. I hope I didn't miss any comments, but if I did, I will hop in and say hi. Okay, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.